Hey guys, welcome back to the Gooner podcast right here for the post-match review. Liverpool won, Arsenal won. What a game. And of course, we are at the top of the league right now before Christmas, and probably a pretty good Christmas gift from Arsenal, but it would have been a much better Christmas gift if we have somehow gotten all 3 points today against Liverpool. Well, it's Anfield away. Certainly, it's a very tough fixture. I know every team who travel to Anfield, they just kind of anticipate pretty much the worst. No matter if you're a big club or a small club, Anfield is just a tremendous stadium. And of course, with the crowd today, from what Jurgen Klopp was saying in the last game, they wanted the crowd to be behind the team. And of course, today we saw that. And by the way, if you guys are a neutral fan, certainly you guys are, probably find this game very interesting, very, very intense. A game pretty much contains everything. VAR controversy, some good goals and some bad moments as well from each team at least. And I thought it was a pretty good result for us, if I'm being honest. I think I don't know. In a way, I feel like last year performance, especially in the first half, was better than today, but at the same time, there's also something very positive about today's game where I feel like we captured this year compared to last year, which is very different at the same time. But you know what? I think at the end of the day, getting that 1 point towards the end was pretty much what we all expect. I know certain Arsenal fan believe that we should have won the game. And honestly, I don't think we should have won the game. Of course, we have pretty much several good chances, but I think Liverpool in the second half were way better than us, which is valid, if I'm being honest. So let's talk about from the start till the end of the game. So again, a starting 11, which I believe Arteta did not make any changes for the past 3 times, and I thought it's a valid game. I think it's a good formation. It's a good team lineup as well. Of course, if we have Tomiyasu in today's game, certainly he is going to play over Zinchenko 100%. We just need somebody to pocket Salah every time when Mo Salah has the ball, especially driving down on the right hand side with his agility and also with his world class technique. You certainly want a guy like Tomiyasu who can contain him, but we just got to work with whoever we have, or even Timber. If Timber was playing, I'm sure Timber might have done a better job than Zinchenko. So let's talk about let's just kind of talk about the game. Let's pick a few points and elaborate. So the first goal, actually, we scored within 5 minutes. It was just a very simple cross on the left-hand side. It was a free kick. It was a brilliant cross from Odegaard, but Gabriel scores, and I think he deserved this goal for a very, very long time. I believe in the starting 11, right? Except the goalkeeper. He was the only player so far on the pitch who hasn't had a goal yet so far this season. And finally, he did. Good for him. I'm very happy for him. Again, it's been a long weighted journey for him to get a goal, but scoring a goal in Anfield is certainly a very special moment for him, I assume. But as usual, when you see it from a TV screen, you're not always 100% convinced that the game or the goal was stood, because again, the way how we are attacking from a free kick, it was just a bunch of players, tall players, Saliba, Havertz, White, Ben. I don't know if Ben White is part of it, but even Jesus were playing they were offside, right? I mean, I'm sure that is the technique. I'm sure that is the plan whenever you attack a free kick. And they were on the offside position, right? Started off from offside position, drags back along with the line, the Liverpool defensive line, and go at it. And from what I see, I thought, you know what, it looks onside, but at the same time, you can never be too sure about it with the VAR era. I didn't celebrate at all because I thought might be offside. When you look at the replay, it was shoulder to shoulder, and it could have gone either way. But of course, from your TV screen, from a TV angle, it doesn't seem like the goal. It doesn't seem like he is offside. If I'm being honest, and we scored the first goal, it was a perfect start. Certainly, I think it's a very good start to the fact that coming away to Anfield, I know it's tough. I know getting a good result, getting 3 points in this game is very, very tough. The last time we won at Anfield was 11 years ago, I believe. So I think that was the Abu Diaby masterclass, and also Podolski first goal and Santi Cazorla first goal for the club as well, if I remember correctly. And I think we beat Liverpool 2-0 or 2-1, and that was the last time we beat Liverpool at Anfield. So I don't think we're far away from doing that again at one point. But I'm happy we just kind of get Anfield over. And later on, I feel like today our attack has been pretty brilliant, honestly. Even before the first goal, it was Saka has a cross on the right hand side that was pretty quick. I think that started pretty well. A cross, Alisson wasn't quite sure. Palms the ball away, landed to Jesus, but there was a deflection on the way. I thought it would have been a shot on target if Konate wasn't there. And then I think within 20-25 minutes, we were actually at the way how we attack. It's something that I haven't seen before, where we always dispossessed the possession from Liverpool, and we hit on the counter, and I've never seen Arsenal being that quick, being that efficient for a while, because the way how we play, of course, we control, we dominate the opposition by possession, but this game is clearly a game where we have to beat them on the press. We have to put it a high press and go at them. And that's what we did. We play counter-attack football instead of possession football. You guys can probably see that. Very obvious. We had a few chances here and there. Was it? I think it was... I forgot. Jesus got a chance. It was from Martinelli in the middle. Rice also had a chance. Well, no, not Rice, but he got the ball back. There was another chance, and Martinelli, there was one where Saka was through on goal, 1-on-1. Took a heavy touch towards the end, gave it to Martinelli, but he slipped. And by the way, everybody seems to be slipping in today's game. Not just Arsenal players, but also Liverpool players seems to be slipping a lot. I'm sure everybody, 22 players on the pitch, except the goalkeeper, makes it 20. And I feel like at least more than half of them slip at one point in the game. And I thought, you know what? I feel like if there is a mistake that's going to happen, I'm sure it's probably one of those slips, right? From both teams. And attacking wise, again, something that I never quite seen it before, which is good. There's a bit of excitement, refreshment as well, going from counter attack, of course. There are a few times where I felt like we could have probably tucked one of the chances away. I'm sure it was the Martinelli's one. I think Alisson was pretty much out of his goalkeeping possession. But then let's talk about the goal that we conceded. It was very unfortunate. I was praying before the game that hopefully, we don't have Tomiyasu, we don't have Timber. Certainly we didn't play Kiwior in today's game. I just hope that Zinchenko is going to have, just a masterclass, right? A defensive masterclass from him. And I think 23 minutes in or 13 minutes in, he hit the ball behind to Salah and hit the side netting. I thought that was the first sign. And I feel like all the vulnerability that we're going to experience today is going to come out from the left side of the pitch, right? Defensively, I think they're going to target... the fact that Trent Alexander-Arnold always play a through ball or trying to find Salah on the right side, and that Zinchenko is in big trouble. And guess what? It was Trent Alexander-Arnold pins the ball to Salah, and you just know shit's gonna happen. And I just kind of know that at one point we're gonna get screwed over on the left side. And guess what? We did. It was very simple for Mo Salah for that goal. Right, just cuts inside Zinchenko, very slow to turn his body, allowing Salah to have the space of his entire life in front of him, and just scores an absolute beauty. Just pounds that one to top right corner. I don't blame anybody except Zinchenko, right? I was hoping that we're going to see one defensive masterclass from Zinchenko. And guess what? He still can't really do the basic. I don't know how Arteta thinks or feels towards him playing as a left back right now. I feel like, of course, in terms of possession, he's very good. Attacking wise, he is not bad, but defensive wise, he is still very, very far away. And I don't know if at one point we're gonna move away from Zinchenko at one point, because again, I think if we keep playing Zinchenko that way, right? Poor defensive judgment, awareness, and I feel like there are a few times in this game where he slipped. He slipped, wasn't paying attention, caught napping at the back every time when he had the ball, caught in possession a lot of times. And I thought, I don't know if we ever gonna move on from Zinchenko. If Timber and Tomiyasu are both fit, maybe we don't need that type of inverted left back anymore, right? I mean, we don't know at the moment. But it was, I saw it coming. I saw that goal coming 100% for sure. My prediction for today's game, I thought, we might draw the game, or we might have lost. But turns out it was a pretty good game. Talking about the yellow cards today, pretty much everybody got a piece of it. Kai Havertz certainly is going to miss the next game against West Ham. He's going to be hugely missed as well. I feel like we need Kai Havertz to play as the left eight in that game. But again, in terms of the refereeing wise, I don't think there's a big problem, if I'm being honest. I think it was quite fairly judged for both sides. We certainly make more tackles, make more technical foul than Liverpool today. Saka got one. I don't know if Odegaard got one, but Havertz got one, Rice got one, Ben White got one. I don't know if Zinchenko got one. I don't think he had, because if he certainly did, then I'll be shitting my pants throughout the whole game, but I didn't. So I'm sure he was fine. And let's talk about a handball. Of course, there is a rumor going around that NBA is offering a contract for Martin Odegaard. At first sight, right, it was a deflection from Jesus, and the ball lands perfectly at Mo Salah. And by the time when Mo Salah's turn, like I said, everybody slipped. Odegaard at that moment was unfortunate to slip, but from the camera TV angle, it doesn't seem like a handball, right? Because I think Salah I think it was kind of interfering the camera angle. When you look closely, when you look at the replay, the commentator didn't think that was a handball. Shouldn't be a penalty. But I think when you keep looking at replay, you can tell, in a way, Martin Odegaard was slamming his hand down, right? Because he slipped, of course. Eventually, his momentum is to, having his hand on the floor, right? But there's a tiny bit of movement. If you guys pay attention, he actually did intentionally. I felt like he intentionally tried to slap the ball on the floor. And to me, I think that should have been a penalty, right? Because on the other hand, if I'm watching as a Liverpool fan, or if I'm still an Arsenal fan, but if it happens on the other end, I would have definitely called that a handball. And I think it should have been a handball, 100%, but we got away with it, right? We always talk about how VAR has turned against us, but today, this VAR, of course, certainly have turned against Liverpool, and we're lucky, right? The first half we play pretty good. I don't think it was bad. Certainly, there are room for improvement. Second half, it's all Liverpool. I can't really highlight a genuine attack where we about to score. There were a few blocks from Konate. Konate was to me on the Liverpool side, man of the match. He was immense. He was covering Trent Alexander-Arnold the whole time, and he dealt with Martinelli very nicely. And I think he deserves a shout out. And he made two important blocks. I don't know if he hadn't made the block, I don't know if it's going to be a goal. I'm not quite sure, but I feel like the second half, when you look back, the second half, certainly it's a half for Liverpool. They certainly could have scored in a lot of occasion. And in the first half, I felt like we could have scored in multiple occasions. But for them, in the second half, they certainly have scored at least 1 or 2 goals if they were up to par. But I'm sure they were on par today. Not the best performance from them, but at the same time, you got to give credit to the Arsenal team. Martinelli today was very, very poor. I don't remember a game where Martinelli was that poor. And it is genuinely a concern, right? We have been talking about how he always looked down, never looked up when he dribbled the ball. And certainly I counted there were at least 3-4 times today where he could have just probably give it to somebody else, right? Give the ball to the left side or give the ball back, something like that. But he decided to look down and keep on dribbling until he lost possession of the ball. It happened so many times, and it was very, very frustrating to watch. I think at the same time this might be I'm sure I'm sure there's a player in him, but I saw this comment the other day. Felt like that Martinelli might not be a player who will stay at Arsenal forever because the way how he play. Yes, he can be a running headless chicken multiple times, and certainly if you want a runner, he is that type of runner. But there's still so much going on to his game. He has the speed, everything, right? That's a good thing, right? He is very threatful on the left hand side every time he has the ball. But end product is not there. Dribbling, it's not there. Awareness, it's not there as well. I think dribbling, I think it was a little bit harsh, but dribbling was okay. But his shooting, end product, just the overall offensive awareness, it's just not there for him. I'm sure he might be on the slump right now, if I'm being honest. I certainly do believe that he might pick up some sort of form later on this season. And yeah, I don't think it was a very good game from him. And I felt like we don't need to have a runner on the left-hand side, but certainly I just feel like Trossard could be a good candidate coming on. I don't think Trossard did anything wrong. But if you really do want a runner, I don't understand why you don't give Reece Nelson a chance. He shined in the... Whoa, did I even record that episode? No, I didn't. Oh, right. I didn't record 2 episodes, right? I didn't record the last game against PSV and also the Brighton's game. The Brighton's game I was in the States, by the way. Actually, I did watch it in Vancouver, but I have to leave home right after, so I didn't really have the chance to talk about that game. But it was a good game overall. I think that game against Brighton was probably one of the brightest offensive display from us, but we wasted so many chances, especially on the left-hand side of Martinelli. Like I said, it's been an ongoing issue right now. Yeah, Martinelli certainly needs to be benched. I feel like give Reece Nelson a chance. Give him a chance to play, to start. Or even give Trossard a chance. And there was a period last season where he was on the bench for a couple of games, come off the bench and start to pick up some form. I think he needed that. I think he needed a bit of rest. I think he needed a bit of reflection. And yeah, we made 2 substitutions. Nketiah coming on for Jesus, and I thought Nketiah finally showed some heart when he chased down a ball. I felt like he did fine. I think I can't really singly pick out a player. If you're doing a player rating, Martinelli's definitely below a 5. Zinchenko is pretty much there as well. And there's a siren going on right outside. I think it's pretty loud. I'm sorry about that. And certainly this podcast has gone for more than 20 minutes, which is fine. I just knew it was going to happen because it's Liverpool, a game before Christmas Eve. And what else? Oh, and that chance from Alexander-Arnold. It's corner coming in. Miscommunication between Odegaard and Zinchenko. Zinchenko slipped, and Mo Salah got the ball. It was 5 against 1. Because when the camera was panning, the attack, I didn't know who was at the back at all. It turns out it was Declan Rice. 1 against 5. And in a way, you got to give credits to Declan. I think he was very bright in that play. I know I certainly do know that Alexander-Arnold should have scored because it was an easy chance. But the fact that, it could have been Mo Salah going by himself the whole way, right? If you want me to pick between Mo Salah shooting one-on-one or give him the chance, or Trent Alexander-Arnold a chance, in that situation, of course, you would rather give that chance to Trent Alexander-Arnold because Mohamed Salah always finds a way to score, right? One-on-one with the goalkeeper, he is probably very good at that. So somehow, Rice was closing that channel in front of Salah, allowing Salah to look to his right-hand side. They have like Elliott, Gakpo. Is it Gakpo or Nunez was there? Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he hits the bar. All I can say is that he should have scored there. That's it. He should have scored. If he scored that one, Liverpool is definitely going to go on and win the game. And that chance probably haunts a lot of Liverpool fans, but personally, for Arsenal, I think it would have, I think based on all the elements of the game, I felt like it was a fair result. Liverpool could have probably gotten a penalty, and they had their golden chance, missed that, so pretty much you can write that off. And for Arsenal, I felt like we did pretty good defensive-wise. Saliba was immense. Gabriel was immense as well. Declan Rice was very good. Again, let me do a player rating. I don't usually quite do this kind of stuff, but let me do it. Raya, I give him an 8. I think Raya was pretty good today, if I'm being honest. Distribution was good. Handling, claiming the ball in the mid-air was very good from him as well. Ben White, I thought it was a 7. Struggle at most times against Diaz. I thought, I genuinely thought he might struggle in today's game, but I thought Ben White did fine. Saliba was a 9 for me. Gabriel was an 8, 100%. Zinchenko has to be a 5. I'm very sorry, but he has some pretty good offensive display. Caught napping a few times, like I said earlier, and the goal that we conceded really coming down to his side, which everybody kind of saw it coming. Declan Rice, it's a 8 for me. He slipped a few times as well, but other than that, he has been very, very good. I can't really pinpoint a performance where Declan Rice was not good. Kai Havertz, I give him a 7, quite quiet. Odegaard, I give him an 8. I thought he played pretty well, if I'm being honest. Saka, an 8. Martinelli, a 3. I think that's the lowest I think that's probably one of the poorest performances I've seen on Martinelli. Jesus, I think I give him an 8. I think he did whatever he can to hold up the play. I felt like he got pretty good chances. Worked very hard as well. Trossard, give him a 7. Eddie, give him a 7 as well. Like I said, it's a bummer that that's the only 2 substitutions that we can make offensively to change the game. It would be nice if we can make 3 or 4 offensive changes, but I certainly do think that Reece Nelson should leave. It's hard for me to say that because he was meant to be Bukayo Saka. He was meant to be at that stage. But the fact that when you're not playing Reese in a game like this, right? If you need a runner, just put him on. Even the game against Aston Villa, he should have came on earlier. And the game against PSV away, he proved everybody why he should be in the squad, why he should be playing part of it. It doesn't matter if he's starting or not, but give him some game time. Oh, well, I ranted a little bit towards the end, which is fine. But yeah, we are at the top of the top of the league right now. 1 point ahead of Aston Villa. And of course, Aston Villa drew the respective game to Sheffield United. I was watching that work for the last 15 minutes. I saw Luton Town score. No, not Luton Town. Sheffield United score. And I certainly saw the equalizer as well from Saniolo. So yeah, we are at the top of the league table. By the time I'm recording this, it's the 23rd of December. Season 4 of Stephen H. Career Mode is coming up tomorrow on Christmas Eve. So if you guys are just listening this podcast, just the podcast, not the gaming part, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all. Hopefully you guys stay safe out there and have fun. Had a wonderful time with your family, with the loved ones. And I'll see you guys in the game or in the podcast right after the West Ham game on Thursday. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast once again. Do all the good stuff to the channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.